All right, welcome back. Today we're getting into some fitness industry news, which is kind of interesting. There's been a lot going on recently. Most recently has been the Jeff Nippard situation. So what happened was there was some back and forth between Jeff and this IPB pro, Mike Van Wyck. Mike basically criticized Jeff. Jeff made a response, but the response was really mild. It wasn't really anything too crazy. It wasn't really insulting to Mike in any real way. He was just kind of defending himself. And then they saw each other at a gym. This was at a Pure Muscle Fitness. Apparently Jeff was filming a YouTube short at the time, and there is some video. It's not like super public because this guy has kind of been at the center of it that's taken the video, and he's been like slowly releasing clips or like screenshots of the situation. And Mike, for some reason, we don't have the full context because the video is not out, and Mike ended up like throat punching Jeff, and Jeff is like on the floor. You can see him in the screenshots or in the video even. He's throat punched or like grabbed very aggressively on his throat, and he just like falls back onto the floor. And apparently he did this twice. There's some speculation that Van even turned on to Jeff's cameraman as well. And Jeff ended up in the hospital actually, which is kind of crazy. There's some texts on Instagram like back and forth between some people, and the whole situation is just kind of crazy. Mike is ridiculous, and he super overreacted for no fucking reason. It's kind of insane. He should be banned from the gym and be arrested, honestly. He assaulted Jeff. That's ridiculous. But he is getting a lot of backlash, which as he should be. This is kind of crazy. I mean, the attack was unprovoked, essentially. I think most of this stems from like Mike talking about Jeff, in where he's saying like, well, Jeff, if you have all this knowledge and science-based expertise, then why are you still so small? And Jeff's like a natural pro, like national pro, and he is all natural, and he's like even set like records in like lifting. Like he is not small. He's like 180 pounds at like 5'5" or something, which is big. And he's essentially like reached his genetic potential for muscle building. Now, Mike obviously doesn't care about this because he's sauced up like crazy, and he can build as much muscle as he fucking wants at this point. So he sees Jeff as small, and like his science-based advice is worthless because he's so much smaller than him, even though Jeff has all this knowledge and science expertise and whatnot. And personally, I like Jeff Nippard's videos. His videos are great. He does some cool, research and all that, and he dives into stuff, and it's great stuff. Obviously, this did not warrant the violence that ensued, and it's just kind of a crazy situation. Next, we have Alex Eubank. He admitted to being on steroids. Now he's on I think testosterone. He said like 200 milligrams a week or whatever. From what I've seen, this is above TRT dose, but just a little bit, something like that, I guess. But that's surprising because Alex has been like, it's been speculated that he might not be natural, or that he was thinking about it. And he's even talked about how his testosterone levels were so low and all this for a while. And I guess he just decided that it was time to compete with everyone else on Instagram and whatnot to get to the next level. And he is a young guy as well. And probably the reason why he's, his testosterone is so low is because he's so lean all the time. That doesn't help. And kind of crazy. But also, I do want to say, like, I don't think this is an issue. I think he should do whatever he wants with his own body and all that. But it is kind of crazy that it's been speculated that this might happen for a while, and now it finally is happening. And he's just going to continue to get bigger and even more insane looking, which is crazy. I know that there's that whole Sam Sulik, Alex Eubank back and forth for a second. Seeming like beef, but I don't think there was actually any beef there. I think it was just poking fun. I mean, is him being like admitting to being on stuff going to affect like people's perspective of him? Maybe. I don't know. it doesn't really affect my perspective on him very much. I mean, whatever, he's doing his own thing, and he's being honest about it as well. He's not trying to hide the fact. He's being very honest. He actually went on an interview with Noel Diesel, and Noel's awesome. He's been super open and honest about everything that he does, and at least he's being honest, which is, you know, a fairly low standard. But he is being honest, which is, you can't say for a lot of people. He's disclosing, like, for the most part, like, what he's using, and he's giving his reasons why he's using what he is, and his testosterone was apparently pretty low, and so that is a valid reason. Now, would it be so low if he wasn't, you know, pressured to being such a low body fat percentage? Probably not. But if he wants to continue to be that body fat percentage and continue to have good sleep and you know, higher testosterone, then yeah, that's something he's gonna have to do. But some people still don't like how prevalent you use is being like glorified and so common, which is understandable. But yeah, it seems like the fitness industry is kind of evolving a little bit, especially with this step that Alex is taking. I imagine, I speculate, like, is this gonna have ramifications? Are other natural fitness influencers going to try and also do this to keep up? How's the fitness industry going to change? It's interesting, at the very least. It's evolving and changing. But those were the two biggest stories that happened recently in the fitness industry, and I was just taken aback. Like, first I saw the Alex Eubank thing, and I was like, this can't be real. This is clickbait, right? Then I actually watched the video and looked at his stuff, and I was like, oh, this is actually real. Like, he's admitting to being on this stuff. That's crazy, because he's very much been a natural fitness influencer for a while, and super inspiring to see, like, oh, this is what somebody can achieve naturally with, like, insanely good genetics and really hard dedication and training and diet and everything. So it was cool. Now that's kind of gone away, and now we're like, this is the end of the natural Alex Eubank, and this is the beginning of the enhanced, and we're gonna see where he goes from here. Then as far as I saw the Jeff Nippard situation, and I was like, holy shit, like, is this real? I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a meme for a second, and then come to find out, it's actually real. You look on Instagram, you look on different videos on YouTube, and it's very much a real thing. So it's pretty surprising that Jeff Nippard would be so tied up in, like, a crazy situation like this, and he would be, like, just blatantly attacked by somebody because they disagreed with something he said online, which was very mild. Like, it's really crazy. So I just had to talk about some of this stuff. Anyways, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.